Hello, my name is Mark. Welcome to my 2015 Tab Maxxis trailer. Today we're going to do a little upgrade. Last time, for those of you following along, I did a big upgrade. Took the old Norcold 3-way out and replaced it with a compressor style Bodega CR65. Redid the whole cabinet, the whole works. That turned out spectacular. I get a whole bunch of drawer space here. Really nice. My wife gets a freezer and a fridge. Bigger fridge, more space. Still waiting on my vent down there. No big deal. But as part of that project, this being a two-way refrigerator, basically a DC refrigerator, only requires 12 volts. It doesn't require 120 volts. It runs on 120 volts because my converter over here supplies that. So you could technically, even though that's a one-way fridge, you could call it a two-way fridge. But this outlet used to be behind the old three-way fridge, so that it could have 120 volts to run off of. I pulled that, you saw me pull that Romex back out, and I've got it spooled here in the bottom of this cabinet. My wife sleeps, we sleep in tandem bed. She sleeps on this side, and she sits here and puts her makeup on and stuff, and the only outlet you have down here for her hair dryer and stuff is here. That leaves kind of a pain. So I'm going to take the outlet that was behind the refrigerator and put it up here underneath the air conditioner. So she'll be able to sit here and run a hair dryer or a curler or whatever she wants to do. So a lot of people ask, is there enough depth in this wall to mount these? And yes, there's plenty. First thing you need to do is take off this panel, and you can see that this is the shower hot and cold water. That's my Resist toilet paper holder that I put in. If you haven't seen that, you might want to look at it. But these walls, they have interior depth of 2.5 inches. This guy is 1.5 inches, so we're good to go. Now, when you look, let's open this up a little bit. When you look in here, look down here, there are, Nucamp uses 2.5 by 1 inch thick studs. It's, you know, a normal wall in a house is 2x4 or thereabouts. This one's, they're like 1x's. So they've got a 1x here, they've got a 1x here, and you can see them down here. You've got a 1x here, a 1x here, a 1x here, so that this wall section has three cavities in it that run up. 1, 2, and 3. This one we're going to leave alone. It's got the water in it, got my toilet paper roll in it. This one I'm going to leave alone because it's got the cable that runs, that's the cable that runs my thermostat. So we'll leave it alone. So you see this Romex cable that's going up here into this cavity now. That's the Romex that runs the outlet for the air conditioner. So I'm just going to run another run of Romex right up here and put the outlet right here. Now these outlets are special in a lot of ways, and we'll talk about it when we go. But the first thing about these outlets, they do not require a box or anything. If you look at these guys, there's nothing on the outside of this outlet that'll cause a shock. There's no exposed electronics here at all. No wires, no screws, no nothing. It's completely sealed. So these are completely legal and safe to just put in a wall with no problem. So I don't have to put a box in or anything there. So what we're going to do, this is the Romex cable that used to run up behind the refrigerator. I'm just going to run it up that wall, clip it to length, and we'll cut a hole in there, and away we go. So first thing I need to do is I need to measure the size of this outlet and the size hole I need, mark it all vertical and parallel and square, and we'll get at that. So this outlet, it's all kinds of difficult to do this with one hand, but filming is kind of the deal. These outlet will fit in a 1 3/4 by 3.5 hole. So 1 3/4 by 3.5. That's the size here. So I'm going to go ahead and get a square out so I can get this all level and stuff, and we'll mark this with pencil. We'll do it lightly. You can feel where the wood is hollow, so I'm going to put it parallel with this so it looks good right here. Parallel with this so it looks good right here and right about there. So that's where we're going to mark, and we'll be back at you. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but I've got my hole that I'm going to cut marked out. It's all vertical and horizontal, squared up. It is, just for reference, it's 2.5 inches in from this, and it's 4 inches down. Okay, this is a Dremel, what's called a multi-tool. It has a blade that vibrates microscopically. Very accurate, good for plunge cuts, and we're going to just go at that. But I can't do that with one hand. Put on some hearing protection. If you don't have, if you're working on trailers and you don't have a multi-tool, you need to get one. They are very, very handy. So we'll be back when that is cut out. Okay, that made quick work of it. Inside the hole, it's going to light up here. You see a hose, and that is the drain line for the air conditioner. And you see the power line running for the air conditioner and the 2 coax lines for the antenna jack. So we're going to go ahead and run a wire down this hole. I'm going to run a wire down that hole out here so that I can use that wire to pull the Romex up. So let's go do that. Okay, I just have a piece of hookup wire. We're going to fish that down the hole, down to that bottom opening here, and use it to pull back up that Romex. Before you do this, here's my warning. You need to disconnect from street power. Don't want to get shocked. So I'm going to get at it. We'll pull that up. We'll be back when I've got this out here. Okay, I've got that wire fed down here, and here it is coming out. So we'll just tie this on and pull it through. Okay, we have cable pulled through. We're going to go ahead and cut it about there, give it a little bit of slack, so if we ever need to work on this, we can. I'm going to open the back of these up. You know, we talked about these kind before. You push that tab, that tab, that tab, and that tab in, and this gray back comes off. And these are special, and we'll talk about how these connect inside in a bit. Okay, I have the wire cut back. As an example, I've got the cover off the back of this guy. And I'll show you how these connect. They're kind of interesting. There's no screws or anything here, and these are not even really push-in. They're kind of blades. I don't know if you can really see it well, but you will if you open this up. They're just a V, sharp blades that the wire gets pushed down into with one hand. Anyway, you lay the wire in like this, and then you press it down with a screwdriver or with pair pliers, whatever you want to do. And these blades, these little copper blades here cut. They cut right through the insulation and make contact. There's a blade here for the hot wire, blade here for the neutral wire, and blade here for the ground wire. You just press that in. That's all it takes. You put the back cover on it, you're good to go. So let's go ahead and put that up. Okay, with any luck you can see that, but I've pressed the wires down into the blades to their full depth. Maybe you can see that. Hard with the camera shadow. But those blades go like that, and the wires go down into them, and it cuts right through the insulation. Just make sure that you get the white wire where it belongs. It's marked. Get the black wire where it belongs, and the ground wire goes up the middle. So now all we have to do is put the cover back on here. And it should snaps just in place. And we're ready to put this up here. See the little clips that spin out? When this goes in the wall, that clip will come up and the bottom clip will come down and screw itself and hold itself in place. So let's go do that. And we have tightened that screw, and that guy's not going anywhere. Here's the cover. Pop the cover on, and it's got an outlet. So I'm going to go plug the trailer back in, and we'll test this, see if it works. Back in a bit. All right, we have our light plugged in, and that outlet works just fine. I've used a multimeter on it to make sure I've got the hot wire and the neutral wire and the ground wire in the right place, so it's all polarized right. So now my wife can plug in her hair dryer or whatever she wants to plug in there. I'm going to build her a little shelf right here so that she can put her phone, and she likes to sleep with a water bottle near her if she gets thirsty in the night. So that little shelf will hold her phone, water bottle, a charger, the works right there. And it'd be nice to have just the cords right here out of the way. So until next time, guys, see you on the next upgrade, and drive safe. Bye-bye.